is Jessica Craven. I live in Los Angeles, California, and I am a full-time activist and author of Daily Actions newsletter Chopwood Carry Water. I'm also an elected member of the Los Angeles County Democratic Party, and I teach workshops called Activism 101 and also Democracy 101. And my interest is in activating and engaging more people to be involved in the political process.
Yeah.
Boom! There you go. How's that?
Right, well, that's as lovely as you get. So,
Okay, good.
so when did you come to TikTok?
A month before the November elections. I only found it
Really?
late September of 2020. Yeah.
What brought you here? You just heard about it?
I was looking for ways to recruit more phone bankers because in the months running up to the election, I was first of all doing Activism 101 workshops, which someone asked me to put that together for one group. And then I literally just kept getting asked over and over. So I did about 52 of those workshops in the 3 months before the election. It's a 1 hour workshop. But I also was running about 5 phone banks a week, and I was recruiting phone bankers. I was just trying to get volunteers and trying to get
No,
people
I
involved.
remember you were like incredible.
Yeah, so I kind of eventually got over my fear of TikTok and went over there, and I was incredibly struck by the level of desire there is there for engagement. I'll post things on Facebook and on Twitter, but there's a million other people posting the same stuff. And also, there's not a lot of actual people willing to actually do things. Um, I was really kind of stunned when I started doing TikToks, and I was like, people are actually out there and they want to hear this stuff and they want to
Isn't it
do it.
unbelievable? It's like
It's
a
crazy.
universe. It's like
Yeah,
such an awesome universe. I feel so
it
grateful,
is.
grateful.
Yeah.
I found it, that I found an audience, that the level of connection with the people that follow me is, I mean, are you kidding? I mean, this
Yeah.
woman actually said, I wish I had a son like you. I mean, needless to say,
Oh,
I'm about her age, but I'm not going to tell
yeah.
her that.
Yeah.
But it's just like it's unbelievable. You're what's it called? Activist 101. Is it people pay to sign up for it? Is it
No,
like
no, no.
Zoom?
No, it's free. I did it for free. I didn't want to, I would never
So we
charge.
should, we should be able. We should like that should be a video on my website.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I mean, it's yeah, so Activism 101 is the one I did in the run up to the November elections, and it covered postcarding, text banking, phone banking, down ballot races and why they matter, which is actually probably the most important part of the whole workshop because people have no clue about state level races and why they matter.
Right.
Um, and then fundraising, micro fundraising, I called it, like how you can raise money for a race that you care about. And yeah, and that was a 1 hour workshop. So that's good. But right now, it's slightly less. The Democracy 101 is a little bit more about like how to call your rep. Why do we call our reps? What do we say? How do we engage the levers of power that we have at our disposal between elections, and why does it matter so much? Like, why should we stay engaged between elections, which you and I know, but a lot of people just really don't. I can't tell you how many people are like, I've never called my representative before. I don't know how to do it. I don't know what to say. And I don't know why I'm doing it, or does it matter, or are they listening, or like just what I'm really very concerned about is that yes, we have this trifecta right now, barely. I mean, we have the Senate, we have the House, we have the presidency, but Obama had that also. And right, barely, we barely have it. But
Yeah.
so, first of all, filibuster reform, which is really, really important, and just trying to educate people and explain that to people. But also, Obama had that and got nothing done because and then we got destroyed in the House, right? We lost 63 seats in the House in that first midterm election. And
Right.
how to avoid,
That's why we're here.
right, exactly. That's my whole goal is like, how do we pick up more
You
seats
have
in the Senate?
found your,
Yeah,
you
good.
know, I am a soldier in this
Yeah,
fight for us. And sounds
yeah.
corny as, but for freedom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally. That is all. I mean, people are like, why don't you run for something? I'm like, there's plenty of people running for stuff, man. We just need people in the trenches.
Yeah, no,
Like
everyone says run for something. I'm a senior citizen. No, thank you. But I'd rather.
well, yeah, it's funny when people hear you have a voice and an opinion. It's they're just like you should run for something. It's like, well, what about being an activist? Like that's a very powerful.
Activism is my preferred
Yeah, yeah,
mode.
me too.
And I just totally look forward to working with you. I think you're
Yeah,
awesome. And now
thank
that I
you.
know that this is what you do for, like, your heart chakra, like, amazing.
Yeah, this is. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, this is my I had a whole other life before Trump was elected and like right after he got elected I quit my job and I was like this is my full-time thing now. And it's been
What
eh,
industry were you in?
oh, I mean, I was a singer for a really long time in bands. I come from a like folk music background. So I
Cool.
was in a band called the Chapin Sisters for a long time and my stepfather is a he's a guy named Tom Chapin and my uncle was a guy named Harry Chapin. So like
Oh,
we
of course. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so that's my family on that side. And then my dad was a filmmaker, Wes Craven, who I don't know if you've heard
Oh,
of, but
of
yeah.
course.
So I kind of come from that background, but I worked,
Fun.
believe it or not, I worked in high end sales for 10 years before, just because I had sort of given up on being a singer. And I was like, I just need to make a paycheck.
Right.
And like, I'm just going to be a salesperson and raise my kid. And then Trump got elected. And it was like, okay, well,
I just got a phone call from the FBI. And so what happened was my neighbor from where I used to live 2.5 years ago texted me this cop business card. This guy's looking for you. The city of West Hollywood was looking for you. And I'm like, what? So I'm like, hey, like, okay, I didn't pay taxes. Well, it can't be that. You know what I mean? So I call the cop and he's like, well, I just want to say, thank you. You're the hardest person to look for. I said, did you Google me? I'm like the easiest person to find. You know what I mean? So
right.
he goes, no, but I'm actually looking. The FBI detective is the one that's really looking for you. I'm like, what did I do? He's like, no, nothing. It's nothing. You're not under arrest. So I said, all right, give me the guy's number. I give the guy's number, and it's like like there's no message, like it's like. So I call the cop back, and I'm like, okay, so you gave me a phone number that is like not a police person because it's whatever. So he goes, all right, I'll have him call you. So it turns out that I did a post after the insurrection with the Lauren Boebert. I assumed that Lauren Boebert's mother was the one that was showing people where to go into the building. You know that
Hmm.
video.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I just said, look, you're gonna have to prove me wrong. That's Lauren's mother. You know,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
had that video, and I
Yeah.
was like saying, don't tell me this woman doesn't look like that one. It's the same woman. I don't care what anybody says. You
Yeah.
can until my dying day, that woman did it.
Yeah.
She was too confident. She knew exactly. She had the tour the day before. The end. Period.
Yeah.
So the FBI was looking for me, going like, where'd you get that intel? You know?
Oh my God, that's
So I'm like, listen,
crazy.
it's not like I knew like Lauren's cousin that was with her that gave me the footage. I'm just like obsessed about making sure that my posts like resonate,
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
Oh my
definitely
God.
not first generation video,
Sure.
because
Yeah.
if it was, they were like, well, you may have to come to Washington, D.C. to testify, which I would have loved.
Mm.
But you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
That is
Part of
really funny. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
But the inside track that I'm sure you'll appreciate is that he just implied, without saying too much, that a lot of people are going to go down.
I hope so.
He goes, I'm not at liberty to say much because I'm like in the loop right now. You know what I mean? He goes, but you should just know that you're not far off from what's happening with that particular person, but just you have to know there's so much more that's going to go down.
Yeah, I hope so.
Because I was saying, I said, look, I
And
think it's horrible that cops are, I don't feel good about the fact that cops are being treated like shit, to be honest, from either side, left or right. Fact of the matter is, yeah, they're a bunch of douchebags, but they're a bunch of douchebags everywhere you look in every industry whatsoever.
right,
So I was kind of saying, like, the cops in West Hollywood are the sweetest. And I just said,
yeah,
I have a good experience with police here, So the reality was and finding all these people that I've been following and just loved hearing what they have to say and just respect and like, I actually care about people again. You know what I mean? At a time when I was thought, because of what was going on in our political discourse, I just hated everybody, and this was such a lovely way to connect with people in a simple and really connect with them. It's like there's no pretense here, you know what I mean? It's not like celebrity culture or people that you go have dinner with and make light, idle conversation with. I mean, people are getting right to the heart of things. Anyway, so I feel like TikTok, and you came in a little late, but TikTok really felt like we had an impact on the election. And even if we can't justify or quantify the numbers, from an emotional standpoint, the way people were engaged, it felt like we had a chance because I was talking to young people. It wasn't only, you know what I mean? It was like a broad spectrum of people. And there's so many smart kids on here. I don't know if you get them coming to you. It's like, are you kidding that you're saying these things? I mean, I'm like embarrassed. I feel like an idiot at the time, Anyway, so circle back to, I think we were really impactful on the Georgia election. And I think that we all did this because it's the usual situation in business. Everyone's in their own room doing stuff and nobody ever the best is always when people work as a team and volunteer together. Anyway, have a good night. I will
say again. Okay, good. I will. All right. Bye. See you later.